Steve Havey here, along with Charles Warga, 2019 youth turkey hunt. This is last day. We've been hunting Friday and Saturday, and today's Saturday. Had some pretty good luck. Had some new kids over this year, a couple from International Falls, and just a good hunt. Friday night we got together. No, Thursday night. Thursday night we got together, and went driving around to see if we could roost some birds. And saw some up in the field. And Charles, you want to talk about that?
Trying to remember, they all kind of blend together.
Yeah, there's so many hunts.
Saw which ones? Yep. So we saw some birds up in the field. We did a stalk on them. It was a place that we got permission for the whole time, or for the whole season. So we head on over, worked our way through, got up around using some tree lines and just the terrain. We were able to get up probably within 40 yards of them.
Yeah.
And actually, it was a little bit further, but then we had Joe. He wanted to give it a try to belly crawl down to where the birds were. They were on one side of the tree row, so they got in alongside the opposite side. That's where Joe was, and he made his way down. He got within 40 yards of the big tom, and he had a handful of jakes right in front of him, so we've been teasing him most of the weekend because he didn't pull the trigger on those. But
yeah, he had a GoPro on his shotgun and crawled up on top of a rock pile, and they were right there, and we were wondering why he wasn't shooting.
Probably 10 to 15 yards from him, but he had his sights on that big one. So
yeah,
he didn't pull the trigger on that, and he's the only one that didn't get a bird this weekend. So that'll haunt him for a week or so until we get him back out, probably. But that'll be good for him. It'll help his attitude a little bit, his cockiness. So it'll get him a little more realistic in his hopes and dreams for hunting. It's hunting. It's not taking. So.
Yep. And that same night, we Charles went, and we didn't have permission on this one land, or we did, but the guy
didn't know for sure.
Weekend. Yeah. So we saw a bunch of turkeys there, a whole flock, probably about 20 of them there, huh?
Yep.
And we saw them all roosted, so we went and talked to the farmer, and
Just
he gave us permission. Yep. He gave us permission for the next morning.
And there you didn't have any decoys. You just kind of set up basically right underneath them. We got out there early. It would have been completely dark, but we got a full moon, so it was plenty of light. But we still had to get out there early to hopefully the birds would be sleeping. You guys tucked in right underneath them, so well done on your stealthness right there. And
yeah, they're gobbling all around us, everywhere. There's had to have been 10 of them up there gobbling.
Yeah, we heard 100 gobbles that morning. So that was exciting to get Adam and Tanner. Neither of them have been turkey hunting, so that was a good experience for him to give that a shot. And then I took the other couple guys down with me to the opposite end of that field, hoping that either they'd pitch out of those pines, or if Tanner had a shot, then they'd maybe work their way down to our corner.
Nice shot, Tanner. Good job.
Way to go, buddy.
Nice. Yeah, he's a heavy one, isn't he? He's all strutted out for you. Your hands are cold?
Yeah.
I saw you blowing on them.
Maybe shaking a little bit.
Well, not too bad.
Look at, now they're going to get one over there.
That's
See?
awesome.
That's what he thought.
hold that bird up a little bit.
Nice. First turkey?
Yeah.
All right. Nice job.
Well, last night we came through here. We drove around a bunch of our properties and found a giant flock that was hanging out. We knew they were going to roost in these pine trees behind us here, so we got permission just to make sure we were good to go. Talked to them, and I'd talked to them previously, but we were all set up and just had to double check with them. So we plan on coming back here in the morning. We had some hunters from International Falls come down, as well as a few local boys that were hanging out with us. So we got out to the property here real early, about an hour and a half before legal shoot, and we came out. We split up. Me and some of the local boys went down to the corner of the field, and then the International Falls guys, they worked their way, kind of set up in a tree line on the property with the roosted turkeys right behind them, and that's where these guys set up, and they were the first ones to see them. So that's all I know from that point of view. Tanner, if you want to.
So we got here in the morning, like really early, and there were turkeys gobbling, like, they're all the time behind us, and I was just waiting for them, and just sitting there, and my leg fell asleep, and then I just got really tired. I'm just sitting there, and then the turkeys flew in after a little while, and they started coming in slowly, but not very fast at all. Then they walked by two, I think toms probably. Yeah, two big toms walked by, and they were just out of range. So we had to wait for the next ones to come by. And another group of toms came by, and I just took my pick and shot him.
Nice.
Yep. Awesome.
Nice. Once that started, that got the whole flock moving down towards our corner of the field, and they were probably 120 yards out more than likely, but they were all trucking down in a big line. But there was a big tom in the front and two toms in the back, so we started calling. Everything else went through except for those last two toms, and there was one hen that was hanging out with them. So they cut over. He started strutting right away as soon as we started calling, and they worked their way over. It didn't take more than a minute, 2 minutes for them to cover that distance. They got right up into the decoys. We had a tom, a few hens set up, and he started picking a fight with the tom and gave us a chance to shift around a little bit, get a shot, and Shane got his first turkey. So congratulations, Shane. But we'll head on to the next spot, and the call. That's what we used. That's what I used down on my end of the woods. I don't know what Steve was using down here, but just a custom Havey game calls. This was the kind of the starter mouth call. So real easy to call, get the hang of. It's got decent rasp. And just some simple yelps is all it took to get their attention, even after probably a minute, 2 minutes after they had gotten shot at. They ran down the field. This calmed them right down. I think I started with a couple putts, if I remember right, just to let them know that we were a little nervous, and then tried to settle them down with some yelps, and they came right in. So another awesome hunt. Praise the Lord for a beautiful morning, and some turkey for the table. So let's head to the next hunt.
come. All right, Jedediah. Woo!
Nice shot.
Nice shot, buddy. Oh. All right, good job.
Where was he? Did he fly earlier? I thought I heard him fly or something.
I have no clue where he was. I was thinking he's over here, but he came over on the road. He must have flown down to the road.
I was sleeping.
Hey,
Way to go.
good job, dude.
That was awesome.
Let's go check him out.
I didn't even know he was there until he walked out. Or until Dad said there's a little storm.
Wow, that's a dandy.
Hey, Steve, Havey here with Havey Outdoors along with Jedediah. Second morning of the youth hunt. We just got down not too far from camp. Last night we saw a bird roosted not too far away from here, so we decided to give him a plug and see if we can get him this morning. And we sat up on the edge of a cut bean field. Along the edge of the field there's a few more beans. They left a few rows and it was perfect. Nice cover along there, good brush, and the beans just hit us really well. We waited until about shooting late, and then I didn't hear the bird chuck down, but everyone else did. And he came down, and we have a road that runs to the north of us, and I think the bird probably pitched down pretty close to his roost and went down to the ditch and worked his way all the way around the ditch and came into the field on the west side and kind of worked the field. I didn't see him at all. The rest of the guys did. And kind of worked the field a little while, and then I heard one of them mention there's a gobbler, and put the call in, one of our new hobby game calls. This is just a really easy mouth call designed for beginners and youth. And put that in and gave him a few gobbles and a few cuts and purrs. Was on the pot call a little bit, and he came right in and worked the field a little bit, gobbled a couple times, and came right in, and Jedediah made about a 20-yard shot and right in the head, knocked him down right away, and it was a perfect shot. So beautiful morning and second day of the youth hunt. So good job, buddy.
Show us the beard on that.
Yeah, let's see the beard. There you go.
Oh yeah,
nice mature bird.
Nice beard, spurs on that
Nice
one.
fan. Yeah. Yep, we came back and we're sitting here at camp talking about the hunt and hearing the gobblers here. Charles' gobblers gobbling around, and all of a sudden down in the distance we hear another gobbler and go down there, sneak out. Charles is hunting with the other guys this morning in another area, and
yeah, we had a few spots that we were working in. For some reason the birds just have not been gobbling. For early season they're usually going crazy around here, but they have not been very talkative. So we were working up into a woods, kind of working all the way around. It's really wet right now, so trying to get around some of the wet spots. And I'm coming through one of the roost areas, some oak trees up on top of a hill, and we did a quick scan of it. It was real early, didn't see anything, so we kept going across the fence, got into underneath those oaks, and all of a sudden there they were. There were three big toms up in a tree. So by the time we noticed, we tried backing out and trying to get a game plan how to get around them, and then they started chucking out of the tree, and they flew out into a CRP field. And I think we maybe were calling to a couple of them later on. They started working their way back to the hens that were just down the hill. That's kind of the neck of the woods that we set up. We set up just by 50 yards from where those toms had been. But yeah, it just didn't work out there, so we ended up moving around to a couple other spots, do a couple more little, not so much drives, but get set up, try getting in close to a turkey, calling, and everything that all the other chances we had today were just they were henned up. We did have, after Steve let us know that there was one
just right by the yard.
right behind the yard, we booked it over here and got a game plan. And we dropped Joe off. He was the lone one that needed to get a bird yet.
With the
And,
GoPro again.
With the GoPro on, so you'll maybe see that footage.
Yeah.
But yeah, and of course the cockiest kid of all, he came up short and missed one. So
Yep.
nice opportunity, probably 30 yards, but it was it's fun just to tease him a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And,
He had 100
so,
excuses for it.
yeah.
Too.
Oh, it just kept
They always
kept
change.
coming with him. So it was
Yep.
it was fun. We even he thought it was the equipment error, so we even pulled a tin barrel out and stepped it off about as far as he thought it was. Took a shot and just destroyed the tin.
Destroyed it. Yeah.
So knocked it right over, and then he had a whole nother list of excuses. So it was a lot of fun. But that's what it's about. It's not so much getting birds. I mean, we were blessed with we got 3 nice ones, and 2 of the kids. This was the first time they'd ever gotten a bird. So that was just awesome to be part of that and make it possible for them to get out, and just the doors it opens, the conversations you get, and then the teasing, the sparring. It's a bunch of teenage boys. That's their favorite hobby, just sparring and joking and wrestling on a trampoline, whatever it is. But it's just a good time, having fun, and those birds are a bonus. We did get those 3, and then it's also fun to get the ammo to tease Joe for until he gets out again. I'm sure he'll get one this year yet.
Yep.
But, so.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Charles.
No problem. Anything else you want to discuss? Or?
No, that should be good.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Get some view of the big guys.
Yeah. Our research and development team right here for Havey Game Calls.
Showing off.
Showing off for the ladies.